guys, welcome back. Tonight we're headed over to my dad's house because he got himself a new outdoor toy.
And Weston is going to love it.
Yes, so we're gonna play around with that and then have some family time and eat dinner, and it'll be a good night.
Hey guys, we're out in the garden tonight. This is our first night of actually planting some vegetables. And we all came out here as a family, but unfortunately I had to bring Weston back inside because the black flies are just so bad.
Welcome to springtime in Maine.
Yep. We had put some natural essential oil bug deterrent on him, but I don't think it was working, so I need to find something that's still kid safe but works better. So we're just kind of suffering through it. But I'm a little discouraged because I wanted to have a family night, but oh well. But this is our first vegetables getting in the ground. This is pretty exciting.
Yeah, right now I've just planted 3 rows of tomatoes. I didn't really count as I was going, but there's probably...
You mean onions?
That's what I meant, onions. I didn't really count as I was going, but there's probably at least 40 of them. So this will be the whole bed will be onions, and this is the first crop that we've planted this year. But we're gonna kind of have to do it in stages because we're planting at the same time we're trying to plant at the barn. So there's not a whole lot of time, but we'll get it all done. It'll just get done in a couple different days. So
yeah, you're doing that, and I'm getting some rocks picked out of the garden.
Yep.
The in-ground garden, and
yes,
getting some things done.
All right, tonight we're gonna try to plant a few more vegetables. I've already got the potatoes about halfway done. And I'm going to try to do some carrots too. So let's go see what I've got done and try to get this done. We have the potatoes in the ground. These are Kennebecs, and these are Norland Reds. These are like a Yukon Gold, and this is a roasting potato. These are what we bought at Johnny's Seeds, and it's actually turned out to be less than we thought. So we got some russets at the grocery store, and we're going to plant those too. So I'm mixing some fertilizer in right now, and I'm making sure to dig down deep because this is where carrots are going, and I want to get nice uniform carrots and not funny shaped ones. So We're gonna make the ground nice and loose so they can grow straight. A couple nights ago, my mom and her husband came over and brought me a surprise gift. And here they are. It's a hop plant. I thought that was really neat because where I do home brewing, I'm able to use the hops in brewing. And so using fresh hops is something I've never done, but I think it's really neat. And so we decided the place to plant it, and in a couple of years we'll be able to have fresh hops to use in my beer. Hops are a vine, so I have to build trellises for them to climb up. I've dug 3 holes, one for the ends and one in the middle, so eventually it will be a kind of like a archway covered in vines. Okay, so here they are. There's one. That'll be one side of the trellis. 2, that one will come up the back. And there's the 3rd one that'll come up the other side of the trellis. And what I'm hoping is that there'll be an archway with lattice or something up the back so that it all fills in. But I gotta get them some water and then see how they do. We're almost done planting our garden, and by this time next week we hope to be completely done. It's been a long spring. It's been cold and busy and filled with bugs.
Yes, we're doing this whole thing in stages because not only does it's difficult for me to get out there with Weston because of the bugs, but it's been cold and you're working like crazy these days, so we just do a little bit each night as we can.
Yep, that's all we can do. So
yeah, and I got some more flowers planted, and we're going to be doing some wood chips in our front mulch bed eventually here when we can find the time.
That's right.
That's the game around here, find the time.
So we wanted to take you back to our first garden a few years ago when we were first married. We were sitting in church and our pastor was preaching on a sermon encouraging the married couples to find something to do together that you both enjoy, a hobby, and because it's just so important for your marriage. And
yes, he stressed the importance of having your own interests and your own passions, but then having something that you do together that brings both of you a lot of joy. And we kind of found gardening to be that for us. Yeah,
and because if all you do in your marriage is, take care of your home and pay bills and it's business, then that's how you'll start to feel about your marriage, and it'll quickly start becoming kind of drab. And
But we found gardening is something that we plan together and we talk about together, and then we do the action of gardening together, and it just brings us both some life. And so it's a connector for us, certainly, and it might be something different for your relationship, whether you're dating, engaged, married, or whatever. Even friendships, I think it's important to just be really intentional about how you're investing in it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're enjoying something with the other person, then you're gonna have a better relationship and enjoy spending time with that person.
Certainly. And I also love the analogy of when you're gardening, you're investing your time and effort, and you're laboring towards something that is going to yield you a fruit. And so the same in our relationships, family or marriage relationships, that you're making sacrifices, but it's for the benefit of the hopeful benefit in your relationship that it'll grow and flourish. And so I just love that analogy as well.
Yeah,
so
it's cool.
It's fun. It's a lot of work, but we find that we're often out there gardening in the evening. After the day is kind of winding down, after Weston has gone to bed.
We talk about other things. It's not like we're just nose to the dirt the whole time.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
We do. So
we just wanted to share that with you and how that's encouraged us, and we encourage you to find something in your marriage, whether it's gardening or not, something that brings you together. And with that, we will see you next week. Be sure to come back next Thursday for another video here on our corner of Maine.